Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly for pricing, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing a lovely gentle giant, launched in 2007, made through 2011. This is the Breitling Chronomat Blackbird. The timepiece is 43.7 millimeters in diameter in stainless steel. It is 16.9 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. It is 51 millimeters, and then it's 51.8 if we include end link to end link across the wrist with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll zoom out a little bit. We'll throw this watch on my wrist. I really do think you're going to need a wrist of at least my size, 16 centimeters circumference, to wear this well. Though it's not quite 44 millimeters, it does feel massive and it looks imposing. And though you can see it fits on my wrist, I do think a wrist any smaller than this is going to have a little bit of trouble with the sheer size of the watch, especially the weight and the thickness. That said, it's not as broad across the wrist as it could be for its case size, and it does feel comfortable and nicely counterweighted by the bracelet. Now, taking a quick look, you can see this is a lovely 5-link with all satin center links. We have polished flanks, as you can see, removable links fixed by screws, similar to the Pilot-style bracelet that Breitling proposes. This is a more angular take on that Pilot-style bracelet. As you can see, the links are faceted on their ends. Now we have a single-fold deployant with single-fold action, clamshell locking, and 4 divots drilled inside the clasp. So the way this works is you can use your strap tool to change the anchoring point of the bracelet in the clasp. You also have removable links fixed in place by screws. You can use your jeweler's screwdriver to size this, but also fine-tune using the interior of the clasp. Rolling back to the case, you can see that the end link is designed to conform to the case, so it's a highly integrated look. The case flank features blended lug profiles with high polish on the sides and then satination on the lug hoods. The bezel is all of high polish, and you can see screws fixing it to the case. So you need to remove those screws in order to remove the bezel. It's called a captive bezel. Zinn also uses this. It is a very robust system. You can't accidentally snap the bezel off. We have screw-down crown and screw-down chronograph pushers. You can see on the reverse side, this watch is 300 meters water resistant, which is quite aggressive for a Pilot-style watch. The watch has a compass rose style bidirectional rotating bezel. Now, the reason you have this compass rose here is because ostensibly this is an aviation-style chronograph, and depending on whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, there are techniques you can use where you combine the bezel pearl and the hour hand to find the direction of north. So you can use this bezel for that purpose. You can also see it features rider tabs. These are distinctive of the Chronomat series of watches since the early 80s, designed to make the bezel easier to grip when your hands are gloved. Now, the timepiece does include all applique stainless steel rhodium-plated hour indices. We have a matching Breitling logo, rhodium-plated steel hands, red varnished chronograph seconds hand with Breitling anchor logo, and the watch includes a chronometer certification and a big date complication. So those are the two primary refinements here. The movement base is an ETA 2892A2, and if you look, you can see that it features a adaptation, so a module with the date and the chronograph on top of that. So let's talk about the tech specs after we get a look at the loom. The bezel pearl is well loomed, and though it is not strictly speaking a timing bezel, you can very easily time and approximate by lining the bezel pearl up with the minute hand. Now, this watch uses Breitling caliber 44, which again has a 2892A2 chronometer certified base. It's a bidirectional winder with a 42-hour power reserve, 8 beats per second. It features a vertical clutch system for engaging the modular chronograph. And then there is a hacking seconds function, so you can stop the movement to set it against a reference time. But there's also a quick set system, so you can rapidly cycle through the double-digit date, which is one of the special features of this watch. The timepiece is incredibly imposing, both to the eye and to the touch. It is very, very, very heavy. You can see that this is a limited edition, a 1,751, the individual numbering out of 2,000 pieces. In an era when a lot of brands just write one out of however many, it's nice to have an individually numbered limited edition, and this watch was originally retailed in 2010. Reach out to tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.